Hello, everyone. This is Nicole Rodriguez, Public Information Officer for the City of Riviera Beach. Welcome to the Community Teleconference on COVID-19, where you'll receive COVID-19 updates from city officials. And we have Fire Chief John Curd, who will start us off.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, and good day, everyone. Chief Curd, Riviera Beach Fire Rescue. We haven't had a lot of information that's changed since last week, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it for the sake of time. In Palm Beach County, over the last week, we have seen a average of 418 new cases a day over the last 7 days, and we've seen an average of 20 deaths per day over the last 7 days. We do have some good news in that the numbers are declining. Hospital bed ICU utilization is declining. Hospital admissions and emergency room visits for COVID-19 related symptoms are all on the decline. Now, I caution you that even though we see the numbers declining, we are still dealing with some significant numbers. They're just better than where they were a month ago. And so we still need to remain vigilant in what we are doing because there is an anticipated third wave this winter that they're already planning for and talking about. That is your normal cold and flu season. And in your normal cold and flu season, we obviously deal with a lot of runny noses, coughs, and those type of things, cold, flu. And one of the things that's going to make this flu season difficult, as with last year, is flu symptoms are related to COVID symptoms. So there's definitely going to be a need for testing. There's definitely going to be a need for you all to remain vigilant. I would strongly encourage each and every one of you to continue to use your facial coverings when you're not able to physically distance, making sure that you're hand sanitizing and trying to avoid those large crowds or gatherings. And if you can't, making sure that you have that facial covering. We are still encouraging and still hoping that individuals who have not been vaccinated may be looking to get vaccinated in light of all of the great news that have come out from the health department, the CDC, and we are seeing that 97% of the people who are being admitted into the hospital are unvaccinated. So, we've seen this virus for long enough to know the effectiveness of the vaccine. And if you are still looking to get vaccinated, we have a couple of opportunities for you. In Riviera Beach, the Walgreens on the corner of Blue Heron and Broadway has appointments available for the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Walmart on the corner of Congress and Silver Beach also has openings for individuals looking to get vaccinated. We are also partnering with the Palm Beach County Healthcare District in a program called Vote and Vax. So at Wells Recreation Center this year during early voting, beginning on September 23rd, we will have a vaccination truck out at the Wells Recreation Center, and they will be there from September 23rd until September 31st from noon to 7 every day. So there's an opportunity for not only for you to vote, but also for you to get vaccinated. And even if you are looking for boosters, you will be able to get those at those previously mentioned locations, the Walgreens, the Walmart, and also at the truck where we're doing Vote and Vax. So if you are looking for your booster and understanding right now, Pfizer is the only vaccine that is eligible for a booster. So, and let's talk a little bit about that in case this is your first time listening. I've talked about it over the last couple of weeks, and there's been no changes, but I want to make sure we all understand that anybody who is severely immunocompromised is eligible for what's known as a third shot. Please don't confuse a third shot with a booster shot. Those are two completely different things, but a lot of people are conflating those two terms. A third shot is for people who are immunocompromised, where 2 shots of the vaccine didn't give them the protection that was expected, so they are being offered a third shot. Those are people that have undergone are undergoing um, organ transplant, cancer treatment, they end stage or untreated HIV, individuals who are taking medications that suppress their immune system. And that's eligible for people who have taken both the Pfizer and the Moderna. Now, when we talk about booster shots, just a week ago, the FDA and the CDC approved booster shots for Pfizer, and anybody over the age of 65 is eligible for the Pfizer booster, and anybody 18 to 64 who are deemed to be high risk. Now, some of the criteria they're looking at for high risk is what we've seen in our early vaccination periods last year. Individuals that have respiratory diseases, CHF, asthma, COPD, people with cardiac history, people with diabetes, obesity, and those individuals that would tend to be at risk or at a higher risk than the normal population if they were to contract the COVID-19 virus. And really, we're talking about the Delta variant at this point, which is the most prevalent of the variants that are out there. So Moderna has not yet approved a booster. We are waiting. It is on my impression that by the end of the month, the Moderna booster will be available. Right now, they're trying to determine who will get the booster and how much of the vaccine is needed. While Moderna and Pfizer use the same technology, they are different vaccines, and they're looking at the concentrations, and there's a lot that goes behind it. But as of right now, boosters are available. If you've taken the Pfizer vaccine, for anybody over the age of 65, people who are 18 to 64 who are at high risk, Moderna is not yet offering. One of the other things to remember with a booster is if you are one of those people that are eligible for the Pfizer booster, it must have been at least 6 months from your last shot before you can get the booster. Pfizer has submitted today to the FDA a recommendation or requesting an EUA, an emergency use authorization, to be able to start vaccinating children between the ages of 5 and 11. They've done their studies now for over a year and a half on the young group, and they now have enough data showing that it is beneficial and it is safe. While that has not been approved yet, we can see in the near future that vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, will be available, hopefully, for those children 5 to 11 who are looking to get vaccinated. Moderna is still working on their booster. We know they are working on those as well. I don't follow Johnson & Johnson as closely, but right now, Johnson & Johnson is several months behind both Moderna and Pfizer, so they really haven't had much news come out as of late. In regards to testing, there has been a significant drop-off in the number of people wanting to get tested in the city of Riviera Beach at both Jay's Ministries and Wells Recreation Center. So United Laboratories has discontinued weekly testing at both locations. Don't worry, if you are looking to get a COVID-19 test, there are 4 areas in and around our community where you can get this test at no cost. There are many places where you can get the test, but you would have to have health insurance or there is a cost associated with it. The ones that I'm about to read off to you have no cost requirements whatsoever. The first is in Riviera Beach, and it is called Integrated Care, and they are located at 31 West 20th Street in Riviera Beach. We also have Gaines Park, which is located at 1501 North Australian Avenue in West Palm Beach. We have Garden Branch Palm Beach County Library at Palm Beach Gardens, which is located at 11303 Campus Drive, and that's in Palm Beach Gardens. And you also have Found Care, which is located at 2330 South Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach. They do have hour restrictions and are at Found Care, and they are only doing testing on Wednesdays. But for a complete list of all vaccination sites and of all testing sites, you can always visit discover.pbcgov.org. That's discover, DISCOVER dot pbcgov.org. You would go to the COVID-19 section of that webpage, and there is an interactive map where you can put in your address. You can put in a 5, 10, or 15-mile radius from your address, and it'll show you all of the different locations where both vaccinations and testing are going on, what dates and times that they are doing the testing and or vaccinations, and if there are any costs associated with it. That is the latest update that I have. At this point, I will turn it back over to the team for further comment.
Thank you, Chief Kurd. Nicole Rodriguez here. I have a couple of brief updates also. As I mentioned last week, information about lost COVID-19 vaccination cards. Individuals who lost their COVID-19 vaccination card must contact the Florida Department of Health in Palm Beach County at 561-840-4500 to obtain a copy of their full immunization records at no cost. Replacement cards will not be issued for lost or stolen COVID-19 vaccination cards, and this is a statewide policy. The only exception is for individuals who are immunized by the Healthcare District of Palm Beach County. Those folks who lost their cards can obtain a replacement card by visiting www.hcdpbc.org/lostmycard. Also, I'd like to encourage folks to store your COVID-19 vaccination card in a safe place, and please do not laminate the card, because healthcare workers, once you, in the event that you need a booster or a third shot, need to write on that card to keep a record of your COVID-19 vaccination. I'd also encourage everyone to follow the city's social media accounts, which we frequently update with information on our weekly teleconference, COVID teleconference, on Facebook and Instagram. Our name is the City of Riviera Beach, and our Twitter handle is Riviera BCH. I'd also encourage folks to sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter, which also has COVID updates and other community updates. You can join by texting all one word, the Blue Heron, to 42828, and that's 42828. Also, the community is highly encouraged to sign up for our Code Red emergency alert system. This system provides critical information in real time for major incidents, COVID-19, water and utility services, and natural disasters. To enroll, you can text the word RB alerts to 99411 on your mobile phone, or you can register online at rivierabeach.org/code red. And you can also register by phone by calling 866-939-0911. That's 866-939-0911, and then select option 2. We will hold our next COVID community teleconference at the same time, 6 p.m. next Thursday. And with that, that concludes my remarks. Is there anything else any city officials would like to add before we conclude?
Nothing else to add. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Chief. And that concludes today's teleconference. We will be back next Thursday, same time, same dial and information. Thank you all, and stay safe.